You commit. You provide. You give her everything she says she wants: security, emotional intimacy, loyalty. And then the texts from someone else, the late nights, the sudden coldness. Every piece of mainstream relationship advice tells you infidelity is a symptom of a broken relationship or a bad person. But what if the uncomfortable truth is that modern society and even your own behavior is creating the perfect psychological conditions for women to cheat more than ever before? Today, we're ripping off the Band-Aid and exposing the raw, unvarnished psychological reality behind female infidelity in the 21st century. This isn't about blaming, it's about understanding the primal forces that drive human behavior and the inconvenient truths no one dares to speak out loud. You open her phone, or a friend whispers a rumor, or you just feel it, that knot in your stomach. The devastating realization that the woman you committed to, the woman you trusted, has betrayed you. You thought your love was enough. You thought your loyalty was a guarantee. You thought her vows meant something. And now you're drowning in confusion, anger, and the crushing question, why? Everywhere you look, the narrative is the same. Women are the emotional anchors, the keepers of relationships, the ones who crave security. Men are the straying ones. But if you look at the raw data, if you look beyond the politically correct narratives, a disturbing pattern emerges. Female infidelity is not only on the rise, it's often driven by entirely different psychological mechanisms than male infidelity, mechanisms that modern society unwittingly amplifies. The uncomfortable truth is this: many women in modern relationships are cheating not because their partner is bad or abusive, but because the very conditions of a good, secure, and predictable relationship can extinguish the primal spark of desire. This isn't about excusing betrayal. It's about exposing the deep evolutionary and societal forces that make it increasingly common. We're going to rip apart the lies you've been told and reveal why your commitment and stability can paradoxically make you more vulnerable to her infidelity. If you're tired of being blindsided, tired of the emotional devastation, and ready to understand the real, hard psychological truths about modern relationships, then you need to be a part of this community. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. We deliver unfiltered insights into human nature and attraction every single week, and you don't want to miss a single one. Let's dissect the 3 core reasons why this phenomenon is exploding. First, let's talk about the hypergamous pendulum and the illusion of choice. Women, on average, are hypergamous. This is not a judgment, it is an evolutionary observation. They are biologically wired to seek the best possible mate for their perceived survival and reproductive success. In ancient times, this meant seeking a strong protector, a good provider. In modern times, it translates into seeking the highest perceived value, be it status, ambition, emotional intensity, or a compelling life purpose. Here's the problem for modern men. While you are providing security, stability, and emotional comfort, all things her logical brain appreciates for a long-term partner. The modern dating app landscape has created an illusion of infinite choice. She is constantly exposed to a carousel of what-ifs, men who seem more exciting, more ambitious, more mysterious, or who offer a fleeting rush of primal desire that her stable partner no longer provides. Consider the comfort zone cheater. This is a woman who has a perfectly good, stable, kind partner. He pays the bills, he's a good father, he's predictable. But the relationship has become comfortable, safe, boring to her primal brain. Then she meets a man at work, at the gym, or on a business trip. He offers intensity, a challenge, a spark of the unknown. He doesn't have to be objectively better than her partner. He just needs to be different enough to ignite that dormant hypergamous spark. He represents an upgrade in a specific, often emotional or sexual dimension, even if he's a long-term downgrade. His secure partner fulfills his provider brain, but this new man fulfills her desire brain, which the current partner has starved. She's not leaving her security. She's simply fulfilling an unmet primal need on the side. Second, let's talk about the death of emotional challenge and the rise of the best friend trap. Modern society pushes men to be emotionally available, to talk about their feelings, to be their partner's best friend. While this builds intimacy and trust in a committed bond, it can also systematically dismantle the tension and mystery that fuels primal attraction. When you are her emotional dumping ground, when you are constantly seeking to understand and validate all her feelings, when you become entirely predictable in your emotional responses, you stop being a source of exciting challenge. You become a psychological comfort object. This leads to the emotional thrill seeker. She's in a relationship where her partner is kind, stable, and completely open. He's a good listener, he's always there, but the relationship lacks a crucial element: primal excitement and emotional polarity. She starts seeking that intensity elsewhere. She might get involved with a man who is emotionally distant, unpredictable, or even slightly dangerous. This other man provides the chase, the challenge, the mystery that her primary partner has eliminated through excessive emotional transparency and predictability. She may never leave her main relationship, but she will seek the emotional highs, the dopamine hits, from a man who forces her to earn his attention, to figure him out. Your willingness to be her emotional rock ironically creates a void for an emotional roller coaster.
This is a tough pill to swallow, but understanding these deep psychological drivers is the first step towards true empowerment. If you're ready to face more uncomfortable truths and equip yourself with the psychological tools to navigate modern relationships, then you need to be part of this community. Hit that subscribe button right now and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into the raw realities of human attraction. Third, and most controversially, we must discuss the erosion of social consequences and the narcissistic culture. In past generations, the social consequences for female infidelity were severe. Public shaming, social ostracization, and economic hardship acted as powerful deterrents. In modern society, those deterrents have largely vanished. Divorce is normalized, and infidelity is often framed as finding oneself or a reaction to an unfulfilling partnership. The shame has largely been removed, particularly in certain social circles. This leads to the self-actualization cheater. She's in a good, stable relationship, but she's reached a point where she feels stagnant. She might be in her late 30s, early 40s, feeling the pressure of her own biological clock and looking back on life with a sense of, what if? She meets someone who validates a part of her she feels her current partner doesn't see, or who offers a fantasy of a different life. She rationalizes her cheating not as a betrayal, but as a journey of self-discovery. There is less social cost for her actions, and often her friends will validate her need for fulfillment rather than condemn her disloyalty. This is further fueled by a cultural narrative that prioritizes individual happiness and emotional needs above traditional commitment and integrity. The uncomfortable conclusion is that modern societal structures, combined with inherent biological drives, are creating an environment where female infidelity is often less about a bad relationship and more about an unmet primal or culturally reinforced desire for novelty, challenge, and self-validation. So what does this mean for you, the high-value man? It means you must understand that your commitment, your kindness, and your security are valuable, but they are not, on their own, a sufficient shield against infidelity. You must also cultivate the mystery, the challenge, and the compelling life purpose that keeps her primal brain engaged. You must be secure, but never boring. You must be committed, but never submissive. And you must maintain a strong, unshakable frame that communicates that your value is not dependent on her fidelity, but on your own internal sovereignty. This is not about being paranoid. It's about being informed. It's about recognizing the psychological battleground that modern relationships have become. You can choose to remain naive, clinging to outdated advice that will only leave you heartbroken. Or you can choose to understand the deep, often uncomfortable truths about human attraction and equip yourself with the knowledge to protect your emotional frame. The path to enduring attraction, to a woman's unwavering loyalty, is not through trying to be what everyone tells you to be. It's through understanding the true primal drivers of desire, even when they are inconvenient. If this video has opened your eyes to these hidden truths, do not let this powerful knowledge slip away. Subscribe to this channel and commit to equipping yourself with the unfiltered insights you need to thrive in modern relationships. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another vital lesson that will give you back your power.